Hi, welcome to Show of the Week. I have my winner here for week 3. My name's DJ Capri-Sun. If you want to introduce yourself.
Yes, I'm Hannah. I'm DJ BakedBarbie.
What's your show?
My show is Seoul Food, which is basically I kind of explore my connection to my Korean culture through cooking Korean recipes every week, or I bring on a guest and we try a recipe from their culture together.
So how did you think of this idea? And also even the name Seoul Food.
I knew I wanted to do something around food because I do love cooking a lot. Before I came to college, I kind of considered culinary school, but
really?
I tend to get really stressed out by cooking sometimes, so I was like, I shouldn't take something that I love and make it stressful for myself. So I saw this as a really good creative outlet to do that. So I had an idea that I wanted to do cooking, and this was around the time that I started cooking Korean food a lot more frequently. So I thought it'd be interesting to kind of go through this journey of me connecting more with my culture through cooking, since I don't speak Korean. I haven't lived in Korea. I feel like my connection to my culture was a lot weaker before I started doing this. And the name Seoul Food, I don't really know when it came to me, but I was so glad when it did, because I feel like I lack creativity in certain realms, and so when it came to me, I was like, this is perfect.
Yeah, well, you even have because it's kind of hard when you do recipes and stuff like that. How do you begin to even describe the food and stuff like that? Do you talk about the history behind it? Or, how do your episodes play out? Because it's unless you're cooking during it, I don't think you are, so.
So I usually cook, sometime during the week, which is also really great, because then I know at least once a week, I'm gonna eat so good.
Yeah.
So I will talk about why I chose this recipe. Either it has some significance to me, it's something I wanted to try before, or it's something really important to the guests that I've brought on. But I do try to research a lot of the recipes I do. One of my favorite things not favorite, because it's a fact I learned while researching I did pho with my roommate who's Vietnamese. And so I was researching the backstory behind that, and the reason pho broth is made with bones is because since the Vietnamese were colonized by the French, they only had access to those bones. So it's kind of seeing how food is history and how food really carries messages, and which I really enjoy exploring. So yeah, I try to do research. Sometimes I forget, but sometimes it's interesting just to see what the personal history for a specific food is for one of my guests.
Yeah. That's crazy. I didn't even realize that. No, that's so interesting. And it's nice that you're starting to explore different cultures and getting to see more than just, I guess, Korea. But has that helped you with connecting? Because you're saying that's kind of your way of connecting. Have you definitely I don't know, found more out about it through your foods and cooking and throughout, because you've been doing this for a long time too. I don't know how many seasons, because I'm thinking it's 3.
I think 3.
Okay. But yeah, I just didn't know how it's been going with your Korean culture.
I think I've definitely gotten a lot better at it. I feel a really affirming moment for me was when I didn't need a recipe anymore for something I'd cooked a lot.
Wow.
Yeah, I was really proud of myself in that moment, because I feel a lot of the best cooks, I feel in any culture, you always think your grandma has the best food, but she can never write you a recipe because it's not specific measurements. It's feeling and feeling it in your hand and looking and sensing. So when I was able to sense it myself, that's when I felt oh, okay, I feel very connected at this point. I feel very comfortable cooking this cuisine. So that's been really great for me. That's definitely made me feel a lot more secure in my connection to my culture. I also I only play K-pop on my show as well.
Really?
That's another way. Yeah, that's another way I've connected with my culture. Not that I understand what they're saying, but I do enjoy K-pop.
Just to clarify, did you start doing Korean food for the first season, and then when did you decide to, I guess, maybe it was the first season that you decided to do this, start incorporating other people's cultures?
I think I mainly wanted to start with Korean, so I actually made a lot of, there was only one Korean person at my high school,
Wow.
So this was the first time that I've made friends that were Korean, so I would do a lot of recipes with them in the my first season. But then I was just asking my roommates or my friends if they wanted to come onto my show and if we wanted to do a recipe together. And I feel a lot of people are hesitant to, because a lot of people are afraid to cook these dishes, because a lot of them seem really intimidating. I made kebabs and tahdig with one of my friends Amir, and he was very scared to do it, especially because tahdig is the rice you flip over, so if it goes wrong, it goes completely wrong.
I understand that now.
Yeah, but I really loved taking people on like kind of this journey where they realize like, oh, it's like not that difficult. It's just like in your head and you think it won't be as good as your parents' food. But being able to cook the food of your culture is very comforting, especially being away from home. So yeah.
And I also wanted to know, I guess, kind of like the background behind it, in the sense that how, like, logistically, how do you usually do this? Because it seems like a lot to like be like, okay, like here's the recipe I'm gonna do this recipe, like finding a guest and stuff like that. Or maybe it's not as difficult as it seems, but I don't know, it seems like a lot of like effort that you're genuinely putting into this, which first of all, it's amazing, because like that's just crazy to me, like cooking something each week. Like I have to watch a movie each week, and for me that's hard. So I just didn't know, but you were talking about
well, I love cooking, like I've said, like it's very calming for me, like that's my time to myself, and so I like also enjoy cooking with other people, like I really enjoy it, and like I said, like that just like gives me an excuse to like have really good food for like a few days after I make it. But yeah, like I am really glad that like this is a concept I really like, so it doesn't really seem like that difficult for me. It's like always very fun. And I'm always trying to look for people like who like I can try cooking like food from their culture and their cuisine, because I love like trying different trying to cook other cuisines. Like I made matzo ball soup for this week's episode, and that was really cool because like I had eaten that a bunch, but making it is like so different, and like seeing someone who was so familiar with the recipe making it as well is also like a really cool experience to witness.
Speaking of recipes, it could be that one. What's your favorite, like what's been your favorite recipes like you've made or like eaten?
I think one of my favorites, it's like a Korean fusion dish. So there's this really good Korean gastropub in Koreatown. It's called Lauder's. And so they are famous for, it's like kimchi carbonara udon. So it's like a fusion dish. So obviously like the udon, the kimchi is Korean, udon is Japanese. But it's like making kind of like a pasta with that. And so it's like spicy and creamy, it has cheese, it's really good. And I think I just liked that because I really enjoy fusion dishes, and especially in Korea, like they're like really obsessed with Italian culture lately. So
really? I did not know that.
So like seeing how the two fuse together is really interesting. I also made this dish with my roommate, and every quarter at the beginning of each quarter, we always go to Lauder's, like the four of us together. So yeah, that's why that's one of my favorites. I've made that for a bunch of other people. It's really simple. I made it for my mom, and everyone who I've made it for has loved it. So I think that's why I really like it.
I wanted to hop over to your DJ name, to DJ BakedBarbie. Right. Is this in correlation to cooking or what have you?
I would say it has, a double meaning. Like
double entendre.
I didn't really like cooking initially. When I was in high school, I really loved baking, and so I would bake a lot. Whenever in a rut, I always loved to bake. When everyone has their winter quarter seasonal depression, freshman year when I had that, I baked 8 pies. I baked pie a week, and that really helps me. So baking is very special to me. So I think it was that. I also I enjoy baked goods. I enjoy the act of being baked. Yeah. So I felt it very much encapsulated me. And I made this movie before, my name before the Barbie movie came out. So I don't want to
put that on record.
No, but I just picked Barbie because I wanted it to start with the same letter, and I don't know. I just thought about those Barbies, my profile photo was a Barbie cooking, which I thought was funny. Yeah. She has red hair, so I was that's me. And I played with Barbies growing up, so I don't know. That was just how it came to be. But yeah, I do like my DJ name a lot. It took me a while to think of it, and I needed a lot of help from my friends because I just am not that creative. I was wow, I need a show name and a DJ name.
Which one did you think of first?
The show name was a lot easier.
Really?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that is our time, but I just wanted you real quick to shout out your time slot for winter quarter and where we can find you on social medias or anything.
Oh, my show Seoul Food is Mondays at 10 p.m. at UCLARadio.com, and you can find me on Instagram at DJ BakedBarbie.